Welcome, and thank you for taking some time for mindfulness in your day. We're going to start off with a short breathing exercise to help us center on our breath and foster a sense of calm in our bodies. After that, I'm going to lead us through a guided meditation that I call Grounded and Steady Like a Tree. Take a few moments now to come into your breath and connect with your body. Just noticing your breath as it enters and exits your body without needing to change it in any way. Just letting yourself arrive. So for the breathing exercise, first I'll explain what we're going to do. We're going to start with 3 communal sighs. Then we're going to take some breaths together that will have double the length of exhale as inhale. So that means we'll start off with an inhale for 1 and then out for 2, followed by in for 2 and out for 4, then in for 3 and out for 6, then in for 4 and out for 8. And after that, we'll do the reverse, descending back down. Don't worry, I'll guide you through it so you don't need to memorize that. And if you need to adjust this exercise in any way, please do. The most important thing as you practice mindfulness is to pay attention to your body and what you need in the moment. So to do our 3 big sighs, we'll start with an inhale and then just sigh it out. There's 1. And now 2, inhale, and let it go. And 3, inhale. Great. And now for the breathing exercise. So we'll start with an inhale and out, 2. Now in, 2, and out, 2, 3, 4. And now in, 2, 3, and out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And in, 2, 3, 4, and out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And now we'll decrease in, 2, 3, and out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and in, 2, and out, 2, 3, 4. Last one, in and out, 2. Great work. Just letting your breath return to normal and taking a moment just to notice how that lands for you in your body today. So take a moment here to really find your seat. So that might be on a chair or perhaps on a cushion on the ground, wherever you would be most comfortable. Really take your time to settle in here, as we will be here for a good few minutes for our guided meditation. So if there's anything you can do to be 10% more comfortable, I invite you to do it. It's worth it. You're worth it. And as we practice together today, let your purpose be to stay present to what is true for you in this moment, in this body, in this breath, without judgment, just with compassion, curiosity, and gentleness. You may wish to close your eyes, or perhaps you prefer to keep them gently lowered. Choose what feels best for you today. Now you may want to take an intentional deep breath, noticing the air as it fills your lungs, And then feeling it move back through your lungs and throat as you let it go on the exhale. Let your breath be natural. You may wish to inhale and exhale through your nose if that feels comfortable for you. As you listen to my words, I invite you to stay with your breath. Perhaps you might like to note the word in on the inhale and out on the exhale. And if you drift away, you can always return to your breath with gentleness and patience. We can learn a lot from trees. They're always grounded, but never stop reaching skyward. Everett Mamor. Lately, with all the stress and uncertainty in the world, I've been inspired, really inspired by the steadiness of trees. I remember hearing a podcast in the very early days of the pandemic where the person said, just think, trees don't even know there's such thing as COVID. And since then, I've taken great comfort in watching the mostly deciduous trees in my neighborhood move through the seasons as they come into leaf in the spring, and now as they're letting go of their leaves as we start to prepare for winter. They just keep on being trees while the storms of the world unfold. And when real winds blow, they almost always have what it takes to survive through some combination that I imagine is a mixture of rootedness, strength, and flexibility. So those are some themes we're going to be working with today. So I invite you now to scan down to your feet, feeling where they connect with the floor, really feeling into them, noticing connection to the ground on both sides, inside and outside, your toes and your heels. And feeling your sits bones supported by the chair or the floor below you. Really feeling that the ground is holding you right now. And while you feel into that solidity, also relaxing anywhere that might be holding on to more tension than it needs to be. Grounded and relaxed. If you have a mind, it will wander. That's just what minds do. So meeting the wandering with kindness and acceptance whenever you can, just bring yourself back to the here and now. Continuing to breathe, check in with your body. Notice the rise and fall of the chest and the belly. Notice the position of your spine. As you breathe in, perhaps gathering height and a posture of dignity like a tall, tall tree. You can feel the crown of your head reaching skyward like the top of a tree. Perhaps if you'd like to bring in a little bit of movement, a stretch, or some playfulness, you might even want to raise your arms up above your head, reaching out like the branches of a tree, reaching up towards the sky. Feel free to stay here with your arms raised as long as you like, or bring your hands down to your lap. Whatever feels right. And now breathing down your spine to your sits bones, as if moving down a tree trunk and imagining there are roots extending from them, or from your feet as you prefer. Imagine these roots pushing right down into the floor below you, that these roots are traveling through the very foundation of your building, right through the soil to the heart of the earth. Here you are deeply grounded, deeply connected. Breathing here and feeling this sensation of connection to earth and to everyone in your community. Each of us, like a tree in our own little patch of earth, steady and rooted, connected even when we're apart. Here you are, reaching towards sky and connected to earth. Breathe in this solidity, this steadiness. holding on to the flexibility we all need when a storm arises. Santosh Kalwar wrote, "All our wisdom is stored in trees." Staying here and breathing, observing the sensations in your body as you imagine yourself as this tall, steady, rooted tree. Perhaps you may like to attach an image to this experience of being a tree, an old oak maybe, or a strong young arbutus. It could be a palm tree blowing in the wind, or perhaps a pine. You can choose whatever feels right for you, and that could even be no image at all. Either way, channeling the strength, the rootedness, and the ability to flex and respond when the winds blow through. This oak tree and me, we're made of the same stuff. Carl Sagan. As we near the end of our time together this morning, take 3 more deep, slow, intentional breaths. Scanning your body from head to toe and noticing what is true for you in this body, this breath, this moment. Now bringing your attention to your feet and then traveling up your legs to your sits bones. Breathing again into this lower part of your body and seeing if you can feel your root system. Breathing deep into it, feeling that rootedness one more time. And then letting your breath travel up your spine as if traveling up a tree trunk all the way to the crown of your head. Perhaps again raising your arms and feeling yourself sitting tall, both rooted and reaching skyward. Grounded and steady like a tree. And now I'd like to ask you to take a moment to thank yourself for taking this time to practice mindfulness, this time to connect with yourself in the here and now. If your eyes have been closed, you may want to gently flutter them open and give yourself a moment to come back to your surroundings. Looking around the room that you're in, noticing the colors, shapes, and textures, feeling yourself present both in your body and in your physical surroundings. And perhaps you might like to set the intention to carry this feeling of rootedness with you, or the image of the tree that came to you into the day and the week ahead. Thank you for practicing mindfulness with me. I hope you have a beautiful day.